pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Today is Tuesday, August the 16th, 2016, 6 p.m. This is a regular meeting of the Greensburg Water Board. Call to order. Have a roll call. Tom?
Chuck?
Here.
Tony?
Here.
Frank?
Here.
Iris? Here. Robert?
Here. Minutes from July 19th meeting were distributed in the packet. Is there any objections or corrections to the minutes as distributed? Not, they'll be accepted. New business. Rick, anything to bring before us?
I can just kind of give you an update once we go on. I don't want to spend any money.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Have a nice day.
We did have our kickoff meeting with H&TV, or I did have my kickoff meeting with H&TV yesterday. It was Darren and a couple other guys. It's pretty thorough, took lots and lots of pictures, talked to me, my operator on duty, to kind of get our wish list and what we like about our existing plant, some of the treatment process, what we don't like about it, what we're kind of looking for. And so that's off and running now. So I guess probably next month. I did talk to Darren that he'll come with an update next month to you, to present to you where they're at and how they're coming along. So that's about it.
So I have a question.
Yes.
So what were some of the things that you didn't like?
What were some of the things I didn't like? One of the biggest things, Iris, is the plant, the existing plant is a lime softening plant. That's what it was built for. We got away from the lime softening no more than we was changing the softness of the water. So we could go from 5 to 7 days backwashing filter beds. The way it's running now, and the type of clarifier we have, we're backwashing at least once a day each filter bed. So that's quite a bit of water. Not necessarily being wasted because we recycle a lot of our backwash water. We send it down, let it settle out, and we'll recycle it back to the plant, retreat it, and send it out from there. That's probably the biggest thing. What I do like about the plant, I like the gravity-fed filter beds that we have. And the reason I say that is you have what you call pressure filters, which is encapsulated. You really can't see. It's more you have to rely on meters, turbidimeters, or head pressure. If you lose too much of it, it just tells you when you need to throw it in the backwash, or if your turbidity goes up or something. I don't like that. I like, myself and all my operators, we talked about, discussed it. We like to have hands-on, and we want to see what's going on with that filter bed. We want to see what it's doing, what that water looks like. So I think that's probably the way we're going to stay. We'll know more once our PER comes in. There's different treatment techniques out there that I'm not familiar with. One like Santee does is filter membrane. I'm not real familiar with it. I know it's very expensive. I know that they're having some issues right now, so I'm sure that they don't pump near the water that we do. So we try to pump, push 10 times more water through a membrane. I don't know. I just don't like that idea. First ever 20 years I've been there, we did have a busted main inside a casing under the railroad tracks. First time it's ever happened to me or anybody there. So that's why I look the way I do. We just patched it about an hour ago, so it's still open, and we'll finish it up tomorrow. 2 days learning experience.
20 years.
Yeah, that's another 20 years. I hope. You got any questions for me?
Was Darren receptive to all that? I mean, nothing was way out of the ordinary, like your dislikes or likes or.
No, they.
Building like that today.
Oh yeah. I even asked him about. I thought my operator was probably going to get a little upset with me, but I even asked him about possibly, softening the water, how many plants in the state. He just don't do it, they don't do it anymore, just because of the money and cost, and then we have to do the NPDES permit and the land application permit. It's just so costly to do that. Like I say, when we softened water before, we changed it maybe 6 or 7 grains per gallon. We were still sending out 10, 12, 13 grains per gallon, and now we're at like 17, 18, so it's, the thousands and thousands of dollars that it costs to do, and people were still having to get water softeners, so. And every community is dealing with the same thing.
Very good.
Sorry, maybe next month I'll spend some money or something. I think Donna has a meter update for you.
A little paper here, yes.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, Rick was, scrapping for things to talk about.
Yeah.
It's a good problem to have, absolutely. I printed this out, I was trying to get the laptop to work in here and I couldn't get the Wi-Fi to go. The first page just shows the main page of our, program that we get all of our readings in from, all of our alerts and everything else. Shows that we have 4,703 meters installed. Shows your daily consumption and even your precipitation, your temperature. Below it, I snipped a little snapshot of some alerts that came in this afternoon. We probably had 30 or so previous to that. They come in all day long. The next page just shows the network infrastructure. 131 repeaters. We have 2 little, it calls it a mine hydrant. It's actually just a minode that we stuck up on a pole so we can get readings from a bad area, is what that is. And then we have 4 collectors in the system. You can click on that and it'll show the health of all those as well. And then we get alerts if anything's wrong, email. The next page just shows your reporting. The first is a 30-day, or I'll take it back. Hang on, back 2 pages. First one is a 30-day cycle, which is coming in at 99.3%. 35 out of 4,703 didn't come in, which is good. What we do though is the next page for our readings, which is a four-day. We brought, I forget how many routes in today, probably 10 routes in today, and we had several that did not come in. This is a 4-day window, and it was 98.2%, so there was 86 that didn't come in. The rain, the water, and the pits did have a lot to play with that. We tried to keep everything on a 30-day cycle as far as readings for our customers, so we wanted to go ahead and do them. We can't wait for the rain to stop, so when those, we'll just go get rereads and get our readings in for them, or ping them later when they dry out a little bit, and then we'll be able to get the readings. The next page, I did a little blurb at the top showing how many warranty items we've sent back. We've sent 396 meters back, 192 single port minodes, 66 dual port minodes, 1 configate, and the collectors were returned and they replaced 4 new ones because their technology went from 3G to 4G. We are having an issue with meters stopping for some reason. I sent another email today to see if they found anything out. Our representative came a couple weeks ago and he took 2 of our meters. Rick even tore one apart with this one day to make sure there's nothing on our system that's clogging it up, and it's clean. Both of them were. So we sent them back and have them dig into it to see what the problem is. So I will keep everybody updated on that, but we've had, this is to me too many to be sending back.
That's what I was
That's a
gonna
lot,
ask, because that's
yeah, it's
almost,
not a good number.
Yeah, 10%.
Yeah,
Why not?
exactly.
When I tore the meter, me and Tim tore it apart to see exactly what was going on. Actually, we tore 3 or 4 of them apart, and what it is it's plastic on plastic. And it gets a little bit of, I don't know if it's wear, it's really, I don't even see any wear in it. If it gets cockeyed in there, it wedges itself, because Tim was telling me, he said, when I pull them out, I try to blow through them, they're stuck. I throw them in the bed of my truck, I bring them back here and I blow through them. I'm like, that don't make sense.
You're right.
So we tore it apart, and what we had found is we actually tore one of the older meters apart that we had, that we didn't have no troubles with. And they had we should have brought that, show and tell. It was a piece of metal to keep that disc that runs up and down against that metal, keeps it true. On the new meters we have, it's just that piece of metal's not in it, and it's just plastic on plastic, and it's wedging itself, is what it's doing, is what I found. So I'm kinda interested to see what, when Mueller comes back and says what the deal is.
Those chambers too, we bought the shorter bodies, they're like that big compared to that. Don't know if that, like you said, they're missing that, we don't have that other piece in there to.
Yeah, I don't know
follow
why
on.
they would have taken that out, because it was a
either.
pretty good design to keep that disc true, and it's not staying true. Sorry.
Yeah,
Carry on.
no, thank you very much.
Those are Mueller?
They're Hersey meters.
Hersey.
Purchased through the Mueller Company. So that's, I'll let everybody know once we hear from that. The next little page is our customer portal. Consumers can call in and we can set them up an account. And then the consumer takes it from there. This is like the front screen where my CSRs would go in and look at it to set somebody up. The next page would show, all they have to provide us is a username, a primary email, and a display name that they would choose. We send them an email with a temporary password, and then they pretty well take it from there. And it's interesting. You can set up perimeters, hours during the day if you want to get notified because there's water being used when there shouldn't be, different things to look at. That's about all, just a quickie, although I planned on having the laptop in here so I could literally show you some of your own accounts and everything, but that's pretty slick. I really like that, and the software is really easy to use as far as the notifications and everything. The staff every day look at the alerts, make phone calls. The next day, as soon as we get alerts of high consumption, overconsumption. Stop meters, unfortunately, that we've been doing work orders and we're sending everything back. If it's stopping, we're sending it back. Our representative told us to do that. He actually went out in the field and saw that one stopped, he tapped it and it started again, so. I told him about you tearing it apart as well, so they're aware of all that.
Hey, Don, on the first page, the breakdown of battery health alerts, small leak
Yes.
detected. So when you see a large leak detected, one of your staff calls the homeowner and says, hey, something's going on here.
Yes, there's even a place on here to put notes.
Good, okay.
So any of our customer service reps can look and see that. Yeah, we do right away, we let everybody know.
Somebody need to be set up to get that yourself.
Yes, the consumer portal, you can do that, yes.
That's where you set your parameters on.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yep.
So you get, lots of that? Information?
Yeah, when they come in, yes, yes.
Or something?
Lots of emails, I probably have a few now. Yeah, we do not deal with it at night, we deal with it from 7 to 4 when we're in. We're not doing weekends or anything else. If we choose to do that, we could do that with, hire some of the water operators. But we're just doing 7 to 4 as far as that goes, Monday through Friday notifications. There is the possibility for consumers to be able to log in and do it themselves.
How often is that data down? Is it continuous or do you
It
get a
comes
report
in,
every?
it comes in
every
at
morning?
midnight,
Okay,
and
midnight.
we'll get alerts like during the day, and then it'll have different times on there, so.
Do I get the same emails that you guys get? Because there's like 8 or 10, probably 8 or 10 a day average.
Oh, at least, yes. There's been, yeah, we probably had 30 today. And I don't know what all I have you set up to get either. It could just be the high, I'm not sure, I'd have to look
I
and see.
think I just
which
get
one.
high usage.
That could be just what you get. And if you want to get all of them, there's a whole big
No,
list of
that's
things.
It could just be high usage.
Mhm. And some people just have high usage, so, but we check every single one of them to make sure.
So this person with a large leak detected in days gone by, it'd be a month before they even knew they had a leak possibly.
Correct,
So
yes.
hopefully we're saving the consumers
A lot.
money. Yeah, good.
One thing I have noticed with that, we have not had any consumers request to have water written off. And the sewer adjustments have gone down as well, because people are reacting to it.
Now, are all the residential meters installed now, they're all on this system?
Mhm.
Are we in the process of changing out commercial meters still?
The only ones that we have done on that is new commercial businesses that have changed their meters or built a new building or something like that. We have not changed the program yet, like as far as getting that going.
Or yes, I like it.
Thank you. It is, it's
That's
good.
what the road neighbor do, just cut that down.
Yeah, it's nice. It keeps us hopping as far as letting people know about stuff, but it's great.
Instead of large leak, they didn't, they read the meter the next time around.
They were, yes. You wouldn't know until you went to read it unless it was something running down the road. So that's helped a lot. We even have, like, North Decatur, there's meters out way up. We have that, able to pick stuff up way out there, which is nice.
Yeah.
Me too.
Also, Donna was on the radio last week, week
Yes.
before.
It was
Donna was
11.
on the radio and talking about this project. I thought it was time for everybody just kind of get an update on what's going on and stuff. But
Yes.
she went out, did a little program for us.
Sure, yeah, I did. It was fun. Sandy asked me all kinds of good things. Yeah. We had one call in. It was a owner of a property, a landlord, asking if he could see the consumer's data as well. Hadn't really thought about it, but yeah. So I think what I'll do is put a blurb on the application when the consumers fill out the rental lease thing, that their owner will have that data as well.
All time coming.
I know, it's good. I'm anxious to get the large meters in, and I think all of the industrial users would be tickled to death to see the daily consumption. I would, if I had a big business, definitely.
We have 66% of our revenue.
Mayor, do you have anything you'd like to bring before the board?
No, I don't.
Very good.
Thanks.
Ron?
You could use some dry weather.
Right.
Yes.
They might have anything to bring before the board tonight. If not,